So the fans actually stole the money from Sarah. It was not me.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
What up?
What's up, bro?
There he is.
Holy
How we
shit.
doing, man?
It's been too long, boy.
You're still fucking strong, bro.
I mean, dude, I'm
It's like hugging a bull.
Oh my God, it's a hard body.
Well, I mean,
I'm a little
listen,
turned on
I'm
now.
supposed to be leaving in a few weeks for the
right
next, and I know I was coming to Barstool. You guys are all such fucking fit animals.
Literally, none of us are.
What are you talking
Like
about?
none of us.
Do you know where you are? You must have fucking hit
Guys, this is Edwin, by the way.
What's up?
up?
How you doing? I'm John. Nice to meet you.
What's up, brother?
He's gonna get some
How we doing, bro?
BTS. Looks like you've already got someone doing that, so nice to meet you.
That's Colin.
Yeah, you can grab it. We've clearly outgrown the studio, so it's a whole fucking
Yeah,
mess.
dude,
but
look at this, man.
Yeah,
You guys moving up in the world.
we're trying, dude. We are trying.
I think the first time we interviewed you was in Erica's office.
Was it?
Oh yeah. We did move up. Yeah, the first. Did you get your haircut replacement?
I did. I was just gonna
You're
ask you
looking
the same
sharp.
thing.
Yeah, I did.
I have not, dude. I was gonna take a trip to, dude. I had to make an appointment last time.
Dude,
like,
yeah, it's
like-
it's worth the appointment because she does work, but it is hard when it's like
Last
I don't
time,
know.
me and this dude just ran into each other randomly.
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
haircuts.
Yeah, she does a good job. Good
You know
good
what I
head
used
of
to
hair
go-
on you,
I
bananas.
used to go to thanks, man. It's genetics,
Yeah, it's all
genetics,
Like,
and
thank God.
Propecia.
yeah, dude. People who don't get on that are crazy, bro. Do it early. Keep your hair. Who cares about if your dick can't get hard?
It doesn't get hard anyways, man. So it's fine.
Like that's gonna be an issue. You might as well have soft dick with hair rather than soft dick and balls.
Exactly.
Like fuck.
It's like shoving toothpaste back into a toothpaste tube. No, dude. Yeah, last time we did it, I used to do the whole Barstool car wash. Dude.
Yeah,
We
we
do
You
no
went through the
quitters.
whole.
I drink fucking beer out of fucking
Yeah,
big cat's tits.
Yeah,
I have no idea what was going on.
yeah, dude. It's yeah. You've been coming around for a while though, so
Yeah,
like we've seen it all. It's wild how much people like even that no quitters pod. We kind of like reorganized things, and people were like, all right, that we had fun with that, but we're gonna let it die. And like still to this day, the fans who did listen to that are like, out of all these shows, like why does that one get revived? Why doesn't that one get a look? Like people fucking love it.
I'll tell you what, man. There's like it's crazy how, and I mean, you guys are the same way with your fan base, but like. The Challenge has the most rabid fucking fan base on earth.
Dude.
And I tell people, especially, it doesn't matter what show they're from. Big Brother, like all these people who are now like coming into the franchise. I'm like, I don't care what
you don't know.
show you guys have been on
Yeah.
before. You have no idea what
I love
fans
that.
are about to do. To
I
you.
love that because we get that all the time where like we'll tell someone like be prepared, like our fans might not be so easy, or they might say some things like get ready, and we had people who get hired here and we're like, yo, buckle up, and they're like, I came from like XYZ, or like, oh, I have like this many followers, like I know what's going on.
No.
And I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
Buckle
you have
up.
No idea what it's
Buckle
gonna
up.
be like.
Our greatest, like honestly, one of like the greatest accomplishments I think of our lives is our first ever live show was at Caroline's on Broadway, and we told them beforehand, like, just so you know, we bring a drinking crowd. Like, be ready, it's gonna get rowdy. They're gonna fucking slant, like, have double your order on stock. And they were like, listen, we're a fucking comedy club bar on Broadway in Manhattan. We'll be able to handle it, thanks. We did 2 shows, sold out all the alcohol first show.
I think it was like the pre-first show, like when they came to pregame.
Drank the fucking bar dry. All that was left was fucking Hennessy.
I don't doubt it. When this is obviously his first time here, and we were coming here, and I'm just like, dude, it's a different world, man.
Yeah, dude,
It's a different world.
I mean,
you
for
guys are
better
cut
or
from
worse,
a different cloth, man.
Well, yeah, the people here are. It's like we are, especially the guys who were in Boston. Were like,
Yeah.
I mean, they just, we were internet 1.0, like nose to the grindstone. But then the fans are just. They're just fucking crazy, man. They're crazy people. It's like, all right, I don't know why.
Wouldn't
I
have
don't know
it
what
any
the
other way,
difference
though.
is. Yeah,
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, I may be having something. There are times where I'm like, God damn it, stop! Like, don't care this much about Barstool, please. But you're right. You wouldn't. The day they stopped doing
I feel
that,
like I'm letting them down. Like if I don't do the challenge for a couple seasons, I'm like, guys,
bro,
like,
you are.
Let me live my fucking life here for a bit. Like I'm not a robot.
Do you have
know?
like equity in that? You should.
I should.
You should really
Fuck,
because
with
like
what I do for the show now, I'm
Yeah.
not, because I'm like an embedded producer at this point.
that's what I mean. Like, there's plenty of people involved, and there's a lot of fan favorites. But like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like if there's a season without bananas, it's gonna
could
not be
not
that big of a
agree
season.
more.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the higher ups understood that. Guess who paid for my car coming over here today? Me. MTV's like, oh, we didn't put this in the budget. I'm like, my hotel's 2 blocks away. The fuck?
Well, they're like, we didn't put it in the budget. Walk your ass over there.
Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy.
It's raining, guys. You see my hair? And I'm wearing tinted moisturizer. I can't have it washing off.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Hey! It's not makeup.
That should be the slogan. Like bananas like tinted moisturizer. It's not makeup.
It's not.
That's
It's
fucking
not.
Pat's been on that rip lately too.
Yeah, you went hard over the summer. He was like looking like the color of this table.
There was a point it gets streaky on my hands.
Yeah. Tinted
Gotta do it, man.
moisturizer.
You gotta do it.
Yo, I feel like guys just learned, like in society, that like you
okay.
you can try to not look like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you don't have to like wear full blown makeup, but comb your hair, put on some moisturizer, wear some clothes that fit, and then it's like, oh wait a minute, I'm not ugly anymore.
Exactly.
It's like, if we tried a little bit, you would.
I'm just
be
saying,
gross.
like, listen, here's the deal: is we know it's like, why is it okay for girls to have this entire makeover where they wake up looking one way and then go out looking an entirely different way?
Yeah, why not?
And we're just supposed to look the same all the time.
Right, that's fucking bullshit.
From the
man.
second we wake up, okay, we could comb our hair and maybe trim our beard, but what? We can't wear some fucking throw a little tinted moisturizer and some lip
on.
gloss
Little
on?
natural glow. Come on. But also when when we hit winter, I go like full bear where I stop caring. Like,
Yeah.
I don't stop caring about like my clothes. I always care about my clothes, but I stopped doing like
What's
anything.
underneath.
Must
I
be
don't,
nice.
I don't get my hair cut anymore. I didn't shave my beard all last winter,
Yeah,
and I don't have a beard. Like it's really stringy and gross. And I'm gonna shave it this year. Don't worry.
Thank God. Thank God.
But, like,
that thing.
just when the winter hits, I'm like, fuck it. Who gives a shit?
I wish I could do that. Problem is, going back to our fans, they will notice if one of my abs is gone. They'll be like, oh, look, someone's letting themselves go.
Yeah.
Catch a fat shame.
CT's over here puts on 87 fucking thousand pounds and he has a kid. They're like, oh, the dad bod's cute. I lose an ab and they're like, bananas, you might want to hang it up, you fat bastard.
Well, we were just
Makes
talking
no
about
sense.
this. Did you see this YouTuber guy, The Dream?
No.
He's a YouTube streamer. He plays Minecraft, the video game, and talks about it. Mostly little kids watch him, but he went
You
from
don't say.
He went from 10,000 subscribers to 30 million.
Playing Minesweeper?
Play Minecraft in 3 years.
You're a big Minecraft guy.
No, my kid is though.
Your
My
kid
kid's
is.
starting to play it, and I'm like, I don't. What's weird? Minecraft is it's like 2D.
Okay.
It's not like cool. Like it doesn't look like fancy or anything, but the kids fucking love it.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how he monetizes it or whatever. I'm sure he's bathing in money, but he always had a mask on. And then last night he did this big reveal. 1.3 million concurrent viewers on a live stream watched him just go like.
And what do you look like?
And he looked pretty fucking just like a normal dude. A little bit of a big chin.
Okay.
And the internet went nuts. Just like they had hashtag put the mask back on, hashtag he's ugly trending.
Yep.
And it was like, good. Because
about right.
you made millions of dollars without having the internet ever make fun of you. That's breaking the rules. We all are out here getting fucking roasted for every single thing.
100%.
You have to also. Fuck that.
It's like in porn when people wear masks. I think that's unfair. Even though you don't care what they look like, I got it. Yeah. You're like, this isn't fair, dude. If I could wear a mask, I'd do porn. The only reason I don't is because I don't want to get called out for it.
There's a mask right there. Throw me that green thing right there.
Should brought my
Would you wear that?
Nacho
Would you-
Libre.
oh, fuck. Would you rock that in a porn?
Absolutely. Would
Imagine
I?
Would I?
Yes. I think that would work. That would be my O face.
Dude, there's so much of that anonymous, like faceless porn going on now.
Yeah. It's,
Have you seen the
it's a
ones?
cop-out.
Have you seen the ones with the fucking? Not only are they wearing masks, it's what we've talked about this before. I forget the name of it. It's something raw. It's like maybe Tushy Raw.
Oh, where
they wear full fucking Under Armour cold gear, right?
What?
The guy is
so
in
the
full-
background's black. Okay. And then they're wearing black.
Yeah, he's in full Under Armour cold gear, tank top here. I don't even think they ever show his face. Then he's got Under Armour cold gear on his pants,
And just-
then
it's just a floating
His
cock.
penis.
It's very haphazardly cut open, so it's just
Okay.
like really wide open around here.
So it's like a glory hole.
And then it's
Yeah,
just him
yeah, it's a
fucking-
floating glory hole, basically. But
It's
that
like the end of forgetting Sarah Marshall when he finally does the Dracula play, and they're all in those black outfits.
yes, that's what it is. That's how they do those puppet
Do you
shows.
know what the guy looks like? Or
No.
is it a mystery?
No, you don't even know what his body looks like, dude. You know what color his dick is. That's all
it.
you got.
But
Sign me up.
that's
Sign me up.
Can you imagine?
You
though,
can even lose an ab and do that.
Right? They'd never know it was me.
Can you imagine the I guess directors or producers or whatever over there being like, there are guys out there who can't even like you are so insecure with your sexuality if you can't watch porn and just know that there's a human male involved.
Attached
Like
to
we
the-
need to just make the dick floating because there's no way the guys can see his arms or legs or anything else. Like
I kind of almost have to because that's the only way I can envision it myself being me.
Yeah.
That's why I always have to watch porn with guys with small dicks too. So I feel like that is definitely me. Dick's too big. I'm like, I can't even imagine this. I can't even put myself in this position.
You have though stayed in fucking good shape now for what, like 20 fucking years? I don't know how long.
Yeah, it's
When was the
been-
first challenge?
So 2006 was my first challenge. That was the duel. That was
I would have bet even a little bit earlier, but yeah.
Yeah. So that was season 17. I want to say.
Wait,
Was it 13. I'm sorry, season 13.
Season
17 was my Key West season. That was my real world season.
13 of the challenge was
challenge.
your first
That was
season?
my first, yeah.
Holy shit, I would
Yeah.
have definitely guessed that you were there from the beginning.
No,
Or like close to it. But are those also seasons where they do like 2 a year?
No,
or it's one
no,
a
it was
year?
1 year.
So
So the first
13
challenge
years
was
with
in
no
ni-
bananas?
98. 98 was the first one. 98,
The
99.
first challenge?
99, I think. Yeah.
Because I know they were doing road rules and real world and all that shit.
So
But
maybe
then-
there were more because you're right. Because if the first one was in say 98 and then I did mine in 2007, I don't know the math, but that doesn't add up to 13.
But it's close. It's like
Yeah.
10-ish.
So yeah,
guys
so
move
my
on, I'll
first
stay
was,
over here.
was in 2006. It was the duel. I was the first one eliminated, so it was a very poor showing. I didn't think I was going to be invited back. Lo and behold, they did.
Wow.
And
Talk about two
Yeah.
an alternate universe where that happens.
well, what was funny is on my Key West, on my original season, I remember asking one of the producers, Mark Saliga, during our rap party, and I was like, because one of the only reasons I wanted to do the real world was to go on the challenge, because I'd watched this back when like the Miz was on, and like
Yeah.
obviously like CT was in his heyday, and like Mark Long, Derek, Brad, like all these like
those guys
monsters
were
out.
there for the beginning, right?
Like Mark was.
Who was
Mark
like the
was on-
first?
Mark.
Yeah, Mark is
The
like,
Godfather.
Mark's like 1,000.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Mark,
The fact
Eric
that he's still
Neese,
kicking Eric.
Theo,
yeah.
dude, Theo Vaughn did a
That's
couple
right.
seasons in the
That's
beginning
right.
before
Yeah,
he
yeah.
moved on at a really, his really successful career.
Right.
But dude, yeah, I mean, Big Rand, Jamie Chung. That's
Right.
when like the original Bad Girls Club, dude.
Right.
Coral, Veronica,
Coral, oof.
yeah, all
Coral's
those,
a
yeah,
baddie.
all those girls. Rachel. But it was a different world then, man. And yeah, so I did my original. So I asked the producer, the rap party of my season of Key West, and I was like, Mark, is there any shot I'm gonna get to go on the challenge? He's like, there's a possibility though, because that's what they used to do. The bullpen used to be real world or road rules. Road rules, I think,
Right.
was over at this point, but the real world.
Yeah.
So every season, the real world would come on. They would have 3, 4
Couple people join. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had 4 of us, I think, on my original season. And then, dude, I ripped off, how many seasons after that? in a row?
Yeah.
A few. And then, so out of the 21 seasons that I did, actually,
count
before I did my
right there.
21st, out of the 20 seasons that I did 17 out of the 20 seasons that they had, and the only 3 I didn't do, I just didn't fit the creative for some reason. So, and then I did 13 in a row, and then I just finally took a break after my last win in Total Madness. So.
And you get paid as like, you just going for the prize money, or you also
No,
get paid?
come on.
Yeah, like, but it's like, but you're not like an employee, are you?
I mean, I feel like it. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
a prison inmate.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. I mean, white collar prison, but no. So yeah, so they and over the years, I mean, obviously, it's funny because they have obviously pay tiers.
Yeah.
So the more you do, the more because
Yeah.
they have to have this favored nations thing where everyone has to be treated equally, which is kind of BS. But
Fuck that.
how the fuck
There
did
should be a
someone-
whole tier called bananas tier. You know what I mean? And
Believe
it's
it or
like-
not, that's what it's
Is
called.
it good?
Because
And it's like-
because since I've done the most seasons, I'm the one that's setting the pay scale for the
Yeah.
people coming up. So
Yeah.
literally
You're
call
like a
it-
players union. Like,
Yeah.
dream.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say you're like Darrell Revis.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like no.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
getting the
showing
money.
up to camp without
Right.
the fucking fat check.
Which is why when I show up on the challenge, people try voting me in. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, you wouldn't be getting paid what you
Yeah.
are if it wasn't for me.
Right.
Okay, so
Practically
you actually,
Jackie Robinson over
yeah,
here.
you actually owe some of that paycheck to me. So we can either let you keep your money or don't vote me in. So, but yeah, dude, it's been
When you started, were you like, I gotta make noise, like,
Oh, yeah.
and be like do some grimy shit or do some crazy shit to get vote like.
It wasn't even grimy. It wasn't like because I didn't know, dude. My first season, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right.
I was fresh off 6 weeks of spring break.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ran into you at a spring break once. Yeah.
Yeah.
We ripped a shot.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah,
Is that it?
Yeah.
There was
You
one
ripped
time I had a fucking girl who I was like seeing who ran into you on spring break, and I was like, oh, he's gonna bang my sweet little baby.
My sweet little baby.
I would never.
I remember we did a shot. I think I said this on the last time we talked, but we ripped a shot. Probably of like Jaeger or something at the time, and you just went. It burns the cockles of my heart. And that line stuck with me forever. The cockles of my heart. But yeah, you were doing all that kind of shit with like Student City or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
And then back to then you
So we would go on. And this is like psychotic to even think about because now if I go out for 2 nights in a row, I'm a fucking
right.
One night. I'm like, if I don't get 10 hours of sleep,
Seriously.
I'm a mess the next day.
Dude, I went out for 3 nights last week, and it took me until Wednesday or Thursday to realize I had the flu. I was just like, oh, this hangover is killing me.
You're like, do I have mono?
and then someone my buddy was with was like, yo, I have the flu. Do you? And I was like, all right, there it is. That makes more
Is this
sense.
monkeypox? I can't get out of bed. No, but I look back on it, and dude, I mean, it's just amazing what your body was able to. Like the amount of punishment your body was able to endure when you were younger. I was like in my early mid-20s, 23, 24. And yeah, we'd do 6 weeks of spring break where we'd be in a location.
every night.
Dude, drunk twice a day. We'd have to do a beach party. Okay, you get wasted on the beach. Then you have a few hours to like take a nap, go back, shower up, like freshen up. And then we'd go out for the Student City party. And we'd do that for 5 straight days. Then whatever that crop of kids was from whatever schools they were there from would go home. We'd have the weekend to like recover. And then... It was like in the military when like it was like fresh recruits coming in. It's like the hardened war dogs are now going home, and then there's like this fresh batch coming in.
Yep.
And I'd be there. It would be like my 4th week, right? And these kids would be like, they'd show up and they'd just be ready to rage, and they'd be like, "Bananas, let's take a fucking shot, man." And I'm like, "Guys, I'm good."
Yeah.
You pussy. I'm like, listen, when you were in class studying for midterms last week, I was here getting fucked up.
Right.
And next week when you're back in school, like recovering, I'll still be here.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Who's the pussy?
Yeah. That's like, I mean, anytime even when we would do parties for Barstool and it's like, let me buy you a shot, man. It's all right, cool. And you do that and then another one buys you another one. And eventually you're saying no
can't.
and people are like, come on, man, like I thought you partied. It's like, I do. I'm 7 shots deep. It's
Yes.
fucking 8 o'clock.
There's one of me.
Yeah.
There's 500 of you.
Do the math.
If I took a shot with every so when I don't do them anymore. When I used to do bar appearances, I'd tell the bartenders at the end of the night, I'm like, if anyone
you
buys me a
water?
shot, just like mix up like some fucking iced tea or something.
Really?
If
Smart man.
Just make it look like a shot, and I'll take. 'Cause that's the other thing. 'cause
Brilliant.
You get called
I've heard of
out for
doing
doing
that.
the pour over the. 'Cause I used to do that
Yeah.
too. I'd like pour it on the ground, pour it over my shoulder, and then,
The shoulder's crazy.
Yeah.
You got to do the dip. Like,
Yeah.
I watched a buddy once. He was fucked up at the time, so he like obviously didn't pull it off well. He did like a cartoon, like,
yeah,
and it just landed on some girl's shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost got in a fight because it was like, yeah, I'm sorry, my buddy just threw a shot of whiskey on you, but you got to just do a little tip.
Yeah. So so my first season, dude, this was sick. This was off 6 weeks of Cancun or wherever the hell I was, and I went in and I'm like, I didn't know there was a whole game being played around me. I just thought it was like a party.
Yeah,
We're gonna do some carnival games. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna
Carnival
chop it
games.
up. People fucking love me.
I
Like,
was just trying to explain. She was younger, so she hadn't watched, and I was like, the challenge is like there's the gameplay part, but
Yeah.
like you got to be in shape
Yeah.
to do these things. You're climbing
Yeah.
mountains and jumping off of fucking obstacle courses, and
Yeah.
lifting shit. Like you can't go into that and just be an average dude, can you?
You
Is there
can.
anybody who's like,
Yeah, here's the thing though, is it all depends on the game. It's weird, dude. The game has like evolved and then like taken on like and then morphed into something
Yeah.
else. So it obviously started out as like these like weird backyard carnival games, like melt a block of ice with your body, put paint on your body and smear it on a canvas, like dumb shit that anyone could do. Then once it was taken over by Justin Booth, who's still one of the executive producers, he turned it then into like a sport.
Yeah.
And he turned it into like the challenges where you had to be in shape. Dude, when I first started doing the challenge, there was no gym in the house. You'd show up, you'd be in shape, and then you'd just turn into a fat slob by the end.
Right, right.
You know,
'Cause who
all
cares?
the alcohol you could drink,
Right.
like you ate shit, you weren't able to work out. but then the more people started training and showing up for this, then they had to kind of almost adapt the show to the people who showed up.
Right.
So they started putting fitness equipment in the house. Now you show up, it's like, dude, it's like a fucking college gym when you roll. But now it started. Then what started happening was the same people obviously kept winning, and people who showed up who weren't in great shape were just going to be picked off. So now what they've done is it's still very physical and very athletic, but now they've added this whole puzzle element.
Yeah, you gotta
There's
have
a
a brain.
puzzle element to everything.
You gotta have a fucking brain.
So now it's like, and I'm not great with puzzles.
No,
all right?
you don't
I'm
say.
not. I mean, I'm okay, but I'm not great. Like, and the puzzles have
I
gotten
don't even know
more,
bananas can read.
Sometimes it depends. The funnies, I'm good with those. But now it's even morphed into this other thing now, and I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to add more, like they want
even
anyone to win.
Right.
They want it. They want to level the playing field. Just anyone.
But
can win.
there's just
So-
like if I went on the show, like when it's like take this and like run it up the hill 50 times, I'd be like, I just can't do that,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I haven't fucking worked out in 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not happening.
But that's the thing. Then you'd probably get put into elimination, and then listen, if it's something physical, you might not. But if there's a puzzle element to it, there's some
Right.
people who literally have made it through an entire season just based on the fact that they are strategic players
Right.
and they're smart and they're good at puzzles. That's why the show is so difficult, is because you can't be one thing.
Right.
I've seen guys in the freak athletes, dude, show up to this show, people in fantastic shape. And if they haven't trained properly for what we have to do, or if they're not smart, or if they can't strategize, or if they don't have
Can't play tic-tac-toe, you're out.
You can't play. You're
we,
out.
We just did. Our girl
Perform under
Jackie
pressure,
did we did Surviving Barstool, where
Okay.
you stay
Yeah.
in here for
Yep.
24 hours a day for like a week, so it's much shorter, whatever.
Yeah.
But they every day they had to do a challenge, and it was like there's a puzzle involved. One was like you have to stand on a stump.
Uh-huh.
A wooden stump for as long as you possibly can, and
Yeah.
and even just watching these guys, I was the host of it, so I didn't have to do any of it, but I'm watching them go through it all,
Yeah.
and like worrying about, like, is it going to be, do we have to eat something gross, or is it going to be physical, or is it going to be brains or whatever? And that was like a week, 4
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
and they were all fucking freaking out, talking about voting people off. I mean, how long is the season for you guys?
So they vary. So they used to be a month.
Yeah, so these guys
They're-
did 4 or 5 days.
They're 9 weeks now. The one I just did, Ride or Die, is 9 weeks, dude.
Imagine doing that, Jackie, for 9 weeks.
No chance.
9 weeks.
4 days in, she was like, I'm done. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
hang
yeah.
anymore.
4 days,
Yeah.
4 hours, dude.
But you guys are still all like fucking each other and partying too, right?
To an extent, man. I mean, here's the thing.
So
here's
like
what-
9 weeks is like, yeah, like
here's
this
what ends
gameplay
up
sucks,
happening.
but I'm
Yeah,
like
but
banging
here's-
this smoke and we're
okay,
partying.
But here's what ends up happening, dude. Is when you show up, okay, there's a few things that are an issue with that. First of all, anytime you hook up with somebody in the house, you have now hitched yourself to
You're
that
fucked.
wagon.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Strategically.
Right.
Now, first of all, you've now driven a wedge. So any other girl in the house that may have, like, I don't know, voted for you or not voted for you, now you are basically like closed off from them. But
Yeah.
also now, whatever nonsense this girl gets herself into,
Which she's gonna.
you then have to basically co-sign.
Yeah. It's like
You got a work
it's like,
wife.
So-
I was gonna say it's like a work wife, but like to the fucking max.
And
where
you
it's like
see them-
I have a work wife,
yeah.
but she couldn't like put out the fire of the fucking
Yeah.
volcano that we had to climb into.
Or if she
whatever.
gets mixed up with somebody in the house, and now it's like, again, you have to.
But can't
you have to
just be
vouch
like,
for her.
No, bitch, we're just banging.
You can.
Like we're just we're just on a reality show. You're not my girlfriend.
You can, but, see,
then you're in
it
trouble with
makes
her.
it-
So either
exactly,
way,
and it makes it difficult because you now have to see this person day in, day out, every single day. It's not like normal. You meet someone like in real life and you hang out, and then it's like you don't see them for a few
you
days
see them
or
24
week.
hours a day.
You don't call.
Yeah.
You see that
But
every day, day in, day out for.
you're at least
weeks.
known as being one of the guys who's pretty cutthroat and doesn't give a shit. But like even you would be like, all right, I don't want to like.
shit where I eat.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
but I'm saying even you could just like hook up with these girls and be like, I don't give a fuck about you, but you're seeing them that often that even you're like,
so
oh,
here's
man.
the thing, like, so for the last few seasons I've been in relationships, so I didn't even have that option. This is actually the first season that I've gone into. Ride or Die is the one that's coming out, where I've been
Oh, boy.
a free man.
Oh boy.
And that doesn't last very long.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
But you guys all like kind of it seems like you cozy up almost rather
You
than just
have
like
to.
you can't fuck like everybody.
No, and I'm not that way either. Here's the other thing. I'm a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually
Yeah.
I actually celebrate my 40th birthday on this season. Which is
Condolences,
kind
man.
of cool.
You're
Yeah,
almost
I
dead.
know, man.
Just gonna die.
Condolences,
actually-
that was rude.
I'm actually glad though that I did it because it's like 40's not something that I necessarily want to like you know, I didn't necessarily want to celebrate. So the fact that like
Yeah.
I was able to do it on TV. I mean, there was a string where I celebrated like 3 or 4 birthdays on the challenge in a row.
Really?
Yeah. So
You're like the Truman Show, man. You're like,
Yeah.
we've watched you fucking live
I
this
say that all the
whole life.
time. I'm like, dude, if you've seen the Truman Show, I've literally grown up
Yeah,
on television.
television.
And what's annoying is people are still watching me when I was 24 and being like,
Right.
you're a fucking asshole. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, that was 17 years ago.
Right. Just because you're binging it now doesn't mean that
You've probably changed a little bit
Yeah,
over the course
yeah.
of a decade and a half. But it's like, yeah.
Would you have kept the money again if you did it right now when you fucked
Dude,
over that chick? And kept,
yes.
I grew. I changed.
No,
you fucked her over? Yes.
That's different. That wasn't like I was immature. That was just like I was just thinking I'm just, you know, that was retribution, man. Well, and I'm a vindictive bastard.
What,
and
she had fucked you over?
yes.
Okay, then I
Well,
don't
see,
remember the
exactly,
details.
and that is what gets lost in translation a lot of times. Is everybody knows about the infamous money grab when I stole $275,000 from my partner. What people forget is that show's called Rivals.
Right.
We were rivals for a reason. We were rivals because 2 seasons prior to that, or 3, or however many it was, she basically used me as an ally the entire game, and then when she had her opportunity, she sent me into elimination against my best friend. And it didn't need to happen that way. We had a layup that we had brought to the end that was supposed to go in, which
Wow.
whenever one
Yeah,
of our
so
teams,
then
and
That's
she
completely fair.
Yeah,
100%.
But So then, and they put you together for this
Yes.
season, and you hope or you think, and I guess this is why they're smart. You think that maybe you forgive each other and become like
Exactly.
partners, and so you were able to work with her, but you were also like the whole time. Being like,
No,
"Fuck
the
this chick."
twist didn't. That twist wasn't revealed until the final.
Right? No, but I'm saying like when you guys were.
Partners.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you still mad at her the whole time?
Hell yeah,
Or-
but listen, dude, again,
Because I'd imagine
don't-
some people are like, well, let bygones be bygones. We're just going to compete together, and then we do split the money. And the whole time you're like, whatever, we'll do what we got to do, but fuck you.
So the way that I saw it was like I knew going in, like we were the only ones that were truly rivals because we had this very public, like very well known,
yeah.
you know, dust up, break in our relationship, whatever you want to call it. So again, putting my producer cap on, it's like we go in and everyone day one's like, oh yeah, we used to be
Right.
rivals, but we're best friends. I'm like, no.
No, fuck that.
Like we need a story arc here, okay? No, we need to start off hating each other. Even if she wants to be friends, we're gonna start off hating each other, and then we're gonna, you know, do well as a team. We're gonna win some, then we're gonna have like this amazing moment where now we're best friends again, and then we're gonna ride off into the sunset, which was the plan. Up until right when we got to the sunset, TJ's like, you can take the money away from your partner, and I'm like, all right, well,
See ya.
sayonara.
Well, but it is interesting that you like. Did the producers come to you with that, or you're thinking like, let's make this interesting so that we get money and we're fucking
listen,
famous.
they
we get
didn't
followers
need
on.
to.
Yeah.
They knew
Yeah.
what they were doing.
It's natural.
And
It
the
just happens. It's
reason
funny.
that twist was put in place was because of me and Sarah.
Yeah.
I think the other teams, they knew we weren't going
Yeah.
to split the money, but they knew that either I was going to take it from her or she was going to take it from
How
me.
quickly did you need to make that decision?
Right, immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as TJ's like, here's the twist, I'm like, I
Yeah.
know what I'm doing.
You,
And
you knew, yeah. There was
right
no.
away,
yeah.
the only thing is I knew what I was going to do. I'm just like, A, I have to be the one that comes out with the most points so I can do it. And B, I'm going to have to figure out some way to like justify this.
Yeah.
So like I'm not absolutely like cremated on fucking social
Right,
media,
the
which I
biggest-
was.
Right.
But what's so funny is
even pointing out that like you're gonna get roasted,
Yeah.
but like whatever, I'm roasted with $275,000 more dollars in
and
my pocket.
that was basically the way I just owned
and
it,
plus
dude.
you are like again the MTV challenge guy.
Yeah.
Like if you were like some no name or whatever, it's like I don't know. I'd probably still take the money no matter
I mean,
what.
dude,
but,
it's
I
like-
didn't realize it was that much money. Yeah.
the way I looked at it was $275,000 is a lot to not take from someone if you're good friends with them.
right, right.
There are very few people in this world that I would not have done that to. Not to mention the fact that this is somebody who I had a very public fractured relationship with.
Who would you have split it with?
Fucking Leroy all day long.
Yeah.
Nani. I mean,
There
there's
are
a lot of
people,
people.
though.
Mark,
Yeah.
like, yeah, absolutely, dude. Like people that I consider friends outside the show. It's like I didn't talk to.
Would
this
you
girl in,
split it
like,
with CT?
Probably not. You wouldn't split it with me. No shot. There's no chance. Regardless of what that guy wants to say, there's no chance. Yeah, so I mean, that was, and here's the other thing. When it comes to like that moment, also the way I looked at it was like, producers put this twist in for a reason.
Yeah.
How stupid would it have been if all three pairs
just
would have
said
been
no.
like, no, we're gonna
Yeah.
split. They'd have been like, this is a
Right.
fucking what? Like, I saw it as a moment to make good television.
Yeah, no, that was like TV history, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like,
That was crazy.
Had I split the money, we would not still be here talking. about
Right?
it.
No way.
You know,
No.
so the way
You
I
made a
rationalize-
career.
I
And,
did it for the fans.
Yeah.
So the fans,
humble
the
guy.
fans
It's for the
actually
people.
stole the money from Sarah. It was not me. You have yourselves to blame.
Brilliant. All right, so the new season is
Ride or Die.
Ride or Die. Tell people everything they need to know.
So Ride or Dies is my 21st season. This is the first season that I've come back. I took a 2-season hiatus after my last win in Total Madness.
It was kind of a retirement, right? Because I remember people posting the Jordan rings and all
No,
that
I'd
kind of
posted
shit.
those.
Yeah.
It wasn't a retirement. Listen, I'm never gonna say I'm retired. I hate
Never
when
say
people
no,
do that
yeah,
because
yeah.
dude, then they come back out. It's like, listen,
Right.
Yeah.
if the only time I retire is like when I'm literally physically or mentally like no longer able to do these things.
Right.
Because dude, yeah, I'll have fucking tennis balls on my walker at some point. It's still going.
The challenge.
But yeah, so I took a few seasons off after Total Madness. I mean, that one really put me through the ringer, like mentally and physically and emotionally. So I needed some time off. COVID was a weird time too, and I just felt like this was the right time to come back. So the challenge is called Ride or Dies. We're paired up with our Ride or Dies. So that could be a sibling, a significant other, someone that you're in a relationship with,
Right.
Gotta
whatever,
be open
best
for
friends.
sibling.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be paired up with Nani this season. We obviously have a pretty storied past. We don't need to get into that, but yes. But we've been friends for a really long time. So I think out of all of the pairs in the season, like I think me and her fit the definition of Ride or Die the best. And she's done. I think at this point she's done 13 seasons. She's
So
made
she's up there, too.
it to 3 finals, never won. So the pressure's on.
Get her the dub, bro.
For me to get her the
that
dub this season.
Kevin Durant in it.
Yeah.
Get you over the
Yeah.
hump.
Like, Jesus Christ. If I don't have enough pressure as it is, I come in. It's like if I come in and I don't win, people be like, oh, man, you're a complete failure.
And
you
if
should
you,
probably hang it up.
do win, it's like, well, of course, it's bananas.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a
so,
tough spot.
Good. I'm always in a tough spot because everybody, it's like, I'm so jealous sometimes going in and getting to watch like these new kids or even people who haven't really done anything on the challenge before. They just get to like chill.
Right,
You don't have to
right,
punch
right.
in. Day one, I got to like clock in because it's like people are going to try and get, even people
Every
who've
time.
never met me.
Yeah.
We get there and she's like, oh, we got to get rid of this motherfucker.
It is impressive.
You ever
that
hear
keep making it.
my one of my favorite quotes? It's Saban and Belichick during like their documentary they had where they're sitting down and they say they both like agree when you've been the mountaintop for so long, eventually you become the mountain.
Yeah.
And
Bananas,
Bananas, the mountain of the challenge.
TV, bro.
Dude, it's true, man. I mean, it's or like they say, like the higher on the ladder you get, the bigger your target, the bigger the target on your ass gets.
Yeah.
and that's how it's been, man. But I mean, it's like I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't have it any other way, dude. I mean, it's like I kind of made this bed and I'm okay sleeping in it. And I like coming back this season is the first time I didn't know how I was going to be received. So since I did my last season, I actually started a challenge podcast called Death, Taxes, and Bananas. So because those are the only guarantees in life. So it was actually cool because not only was I not on the show, so a lot of like these, whatever you want to call them, rivalries or issues that I had with cast members, like they kind of like cooled off because I wasn't there competing against these people. They were able to establish new rivalries with different people. It's almost like they'd kind of forgotten about me a little bit. And I had a bunch of people on the podcast, so we were able to kind of like neutralize it that way. So that helped. And then also having Nani as my partner this season, she's stuck with it and she's tied to a lot of people in the house this season, so she kind of makes my life easier in that regard. But again, dude, it's like my life's never easy. So it's it's as turbulent as any season I've had to do in the past, and it's gonna be a good one.
Amen, brother. So everybody go check it out. Death, Taxes, and Bananas too. That's a great one.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate
Thank
it,
you
bro.
so
Boys,
much, man.
it's been real.
A pleasure as always.
Subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.